Welcome to
Hey, what's up, what's up, what's up? How you doing? How you been? What's going on? What's good? Are you getting it in? Somebody getting it for you? What's going on, people? Subscribe to my channel. What's going on, people? It is the day of another day that we call Wednesday. Anyway, that being said, what's going on, people? Hopefully everybody's doing everything as far as being safe in this world we're living in, knocking down doors and making your dreams come true and practicing ignore. Now I want to talk about something. Let me see something. Now, the internet has been going crazy and stuff in reference to Jussie Smollett, as far as trying to say that it was basically, they trying to say it was fake news and stuff like that. And you know, I saw a lot of people talking about it and stuff, and I didn't really want to do a video about this, only because so much fake news goes on out here on the internet and stuff. You don't know what's real, you don't know what's fake, you don't know what to believe, you don't know what not to believe. And basically this is the mega thing again. I guess it's triggering off of, you know, with the mega thing as far as the Indian and the Israelites, stuff like that. The thing about it is, I don't know if y'all saw the whole thing about the Indians, the Native Americans with the mega children, students. I don't know if y'all saw it or not, but I did see the whole video and stuff. Now the thing about it that's even worse about that video was, basically they were kids, they were being taunted, little white kids that was mega with the hat on and stuff. And the Indians were trying to break it up. Basically they didn't want to, they call it something, diffusing the whole thing to make it more, you know, where they get the tension out within the middle. And the ones who started the whole thing was, well, the Israelites. I saw them, they was there basically saying a lot of things, you know, that were very negative and stuff. And
them over there with they Make America Great hats again.
And you got the little Kanye's next to them. Look at little Kanye.
Right.
Little Kanye niggas. Simple Kanye's. So that's what we out here trying to do. We not out here trying to cause trouble. We out here trying to show you the truth. The truth that's been hidden for ages. What is the greatest lie that's ever been told? You got two of them in the Bible. Two of them that we're exposing right now. You are not an Indian. You're not black. You're not African. You're not a Puerto Rican. You're not a Mexican. You are the children of Israel.
That's right.
You are the children of God.
That's right.
You are the holy people of the Lord.
That's right.
You are not black. Black is a color. Where do you take a plane, fly a ticket to Japan?
That's right.
they never even got, now I could be wrong, but I didn't hear anybody talk about who started the whole thing. Here it is, the mega children and the Indians getting put all over the media and stuff like that. To be honest with you, a lot of times I don't even want to come online because I feel it is so negative to me. And the fact that it's so negative, I feel as I have to watch my blood pressure and stuff, and I feel like it goes off all the way across the board. Now, just see stuff like that, they started to say it was fake news, and I'm watching people that's talking about, guys were saying that it's basically, they saying that Lee Daniels is dating Jussie, and, you know, they don't even know, they haven't done the research to realize that Lee Daniels is married with a man and stuff, but they're trying to, you know, when outside people are looking in, they always got their judgment call, but I never see them as far as judgment when it comes down to straight society doing the right thing with people. But unfortunately, we in a world of division, which means that the men are going against the women, because when the Israelites were talking and stuff, they were saying that women need to know their place and stuff like that, and, you know, if they knew their place, so they start respecting the men. We live in a world very much of division, and it's sad because I don't understand how people try to police someone else's life because it doesn't work for you. If it doesn't work for you, that's fine. It doesn't have to work for you. But for some reason, people feel as though they have the authority to dictate and, you know, police other people's life. that being said, so the whole thing was like trying to say JC faked and stuff like that. They're looking for a surveillance camera and stuff like that. Now my personal thing is this is cis people, and they really don't know about the LGBT. And this is why I always try to say, even though my channel gets turned down very low as far as the volume, and I get that because I'm not doing the things as far as the mainstream and stuff. I try to educate people on stuff they don't know about, and the only thing I feel is that we can educate them, we have to have the conversation. But if they don't know, they're not going to speak of what they think it is. It's basically a lot of speculation. Now here it is. I've been talking about this in reference to if you're gay or trans, stuff like that, but I always say trans. If you leave out the door, you always have to stay ready so you don't have to get ready. Because at the end of the day, I've always said this over and over, that when you live outside the house, even though you may not know it, somebody's watching you. And I always say, if you're gonna blog, you're gonna put any information online, you have to be prepared that everybody watching your channel is not your friend. Everybody who sit back and say I love you don't love you. Anyway, so the thing is, I always try to tell my two spirits, listen, this is what you got to do. Listen, I'm one person. You don't have to listen to me, and probably a lot of you will not, and that's fine. But one day y'all gonna hear me out, and I always watch everything I say. I watched it come from the bottom from me, and it rise to the top. And when it rises to the top, people are not around to get the information, because sometimes people don't like the messenger that it's coming from. Now, I always told you, for being a two-spirit woman, you just can't feel as though, you know, they accept us. We go out and we do what we want. We go wear outfits. And I always tell you, within me, and I said, well, baby, you got to stop, but it's me. I stay ready, so I have to get ready. Not saying I'm going out to look for anything as far as danger or trouble, but at the end of the day, I try to tell you the fact that you like my family, and I try to show you little tools and stuff like that to keep you safe. And if I tell you tools to keep you safe, you're going to watch a whole bunch of things fall around you, because you already knew what I told you. If you follow me and listen to what I said. If you don't, that's fine too. So as a two-spirit woman, I always say, when you go out and stuff, you have to be ready, and the best way you can, because it's not going to be your fault most of the time. Well, there was a video in reference to a trans woman being attacked. Now, I don't know how the whole story is being transported or, you know, brought out and stuff, but she's basically getting attacked and stuff. And here it is, she's being jumped. And it looks like a little bit of, the way the story went out, it was a cis woman. It looks like three black guys and stuff. I don't know the whole video and stuff. I don't want to speculate and saying whatever. But the woman kept saying, look what you did to my face. And the thing about it, to me, my personal opinion, now I could be wrong. She could have been the kind of person who said something to the trans woman, or came up to the trans woman and slapped her. Just my opinion. Probably not, but I'm just saying. And the trans woman hit her back. And the fact that she fired back, she had to suffer repercussions of it. And I'm not saying this is the case, but she kept saying, look what you did to my face. And I realized when it comes to a lot of people, when they attack people, they get upset if you fight back. Now, in the video I'm going to share with you is about a trans woman. She's saying, I'm sorry, while all the guys basically holding her, hitting her and stuff. And I want to share this story with you and let you see what it's like to be two spirits and walking in the shoes of being in your truth, and they letting you know that it's okay. And like I said before, you have to stay ready. Don't listen to the media. Stay ready. Check this out. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Okay, you said, now you saw she kept saying, please don't kill me, please don't kill me. And then the girl stopped with the bat. Now reminder, she was hitting her with a bat and everything and stuff like that. Not only the fact she was getting jumped, She was getting hit with a bat. She was getting hit by a guy. I was punching her, holding her, punching her. She was by herself. My opinion, she was by herself. I'm not sure. I'm speculating once again. This is the thing. And like I said before, by no means you have to listen to me because you're like raving, just trying to scare us. And that's fine. I always feel like this. I could put anything out here to the universe for you to learn from me. But if you're not ready to receive it, it's just going to go on deaf ears. I could tell you a million times to share my videos. If you don't want to, guess what? You won't. You don't have to. But the problem I've had, and I said this before, this trans woman was out there. She had on shoes. She had on heels. And my personal opinion, if you're traveling by yourself, you do not wear that type of thing. Listen, but Raven, you're blaming the trans woman. I'm not blaming her. But you can't walk in this world being a two-spirit woman and forgetting about the rules. If you realize one thing, there are cis women out here that walk out here with flats on, sneakers on, stuff like that. We understand you're comfortable in your truth, you want to celebrate it, but you have to be safe. And it's not even about a two-spirit thing. It's just a thing of being real. You just can't say, well, I'm just going to be fabulous and walk out and put on my heels and a dress and walk out the door and feel safe. In the world, you already know how it is. And we know we live in the belly of the beast. Listen, I'm not by no means I'm blaming her, but you have to be careful. And I understand a lot of times we're stressed out, we get so tired of people messing with us, and I get that. But the thing about it is, you have to be careful. Your family, your friends want you to come home at night. Forget anything else about society. So your family, your friends want you to come home at night. And I try to express this so many times when I talk to my sister like that, but a lot of y'all feel as though y'all have these super capes on and you're like superheroes. You know, you can't die and stuff. And you can die. You can. I've reported this over and over and over. And like I said before, because I don't do so much of the entertainment thing and I don't do so much of the society thing, and I'm basically trying to save lives, I understand that my message is not going to be received or get pushed out the way it needs to be pushed out. Because we live in a world full of negativity, and negativity sells. If I say a video about a woman being raped, everybody wants to watch this woman get raped. When I say a little kid getting beat up or her head is getting caught, people want to watch. But if I'm saying the little tools, stuff like that to save your life, or, you know, to get the message out as far as saving you or people who are living, it's going to get lowered. The volume's going to get lowered. And I realize that. I don't even like the blog sometimes, only because I can't deal with the negativity when it comes down to online. And by no means, I mean everybody. For the ones that, well, I didn't say that. Well, by no means, I'm saying everybody. But if you're a two-spirit woman, you have to be careful. I don't care how much this world tells you, y'all accept it. Y'all can do anything y'all want to. Do not believe the hype. Don't believe the setup. Here it is, a man that's Jussie Smollett. He's got attacked at night at 2 o'clock in the morning. Let me just replay this with you, let you get to understand what I'm talking about. Here it is, a man who is gay, or should I say he's a black man, first he's a young man, then he's a black man, then he's by himself, and then he's gay, because gay is not the first thing he is. But he's out at 2 o'clock he's out 2 o'clock in the morning. Now, from what I hear, the area that he was in is supposed to be like a gay area. Now, the story has been reported over and over and over, and I watched it shift tons of times, which is another reason why I don't like doing stories no more. First they said it was in subways, then they said he was coming from his house. The story shifted. Now, he's out there, he's on his way to somewhere. He gets attacked. They're saying that it was like, what was allegedly said is that they said nigger, and then they said we're from mega country. That's conflicting reports, because people feel as though what is mega country is. And I've told you tons of times, if you listen, I reported to you tons of times when you're black and you get inside, get locked up and stuff, there are people coming and hanging them. Just my opinion. Here it is, a black man by himself walking on the streets of Chicago. They said it's supposedly a lot of blacks there. Now, it's alleged that it was a person that's from Mecca, whatever case may be. You would travel to a black area. I'm not saying, I'm not confirming that this is a story. I'm just speculating as far as what I can see. If it's enough of them out by being black and they're by themselves, you can snatch one up. In my personal opinion, you snatch, oh my goodness, you look like that nigger from Empire. You that fucking nigger. That's just my opinion. Then they said it was letters that was already sent out. So people saying, well, there was letters sent out. Well, where the letters come from? It's all over the board. And the problem is that here is a person that's supposed to be allegedly threatened through the letters. Now, if you're in the LGBT, you know you get threatened all the time. If we stayed in the house from being threatened, we would never leave our house. We get threatened all the time. Now, straight society doesn't know that. They don't know we get threatened. They don't know how many trans women have been murdered and killed. And they don't even realize that the trans women have been murdered by the men they was in a relationship with. All they know is a trans woman was murdered because she tricked the man. That's the only message that they got. And that's the only thing they feed off of. So here it is, I'm watching a black man basically talking about Jussie, saying it was all a trick, it was all in the news, it was fake news. And you could just Google it, you could go on a page, fake news, and basically saying Lee Daniels is he's upset with Lee Daniels because Lee Daniels got this new boy with the pink boots, called him all out his name. And I'm sitting there watching this. And I'm saying, wait, and then the best part, but not the best. Someone from the gay community sat and said, well, I'm from the gay community and I understand how the media works. Here is a person from the gay community giving him confirmation for his actions and speaking about somebody gay. Not even the straight community. And this is what I always tell you, is always somebody LGBT. Now, I do not know how or why this man Jussie got attacked. I don't know. I don't want to speculate anything. I feel as though within myself, you just have to wait. But my point is the saying that as far as the being attacked, when you are a person who is an LGBT, and that's when we leave out, we have to be safe because we are attacked. And to be honest with you, it's not even an LGBT thing. It's an anybody thing. Because there's a lot of cis women that's been murdered. There's a lot of cis men that's been murdered. White, black, Puerto Rican, Haitian, whatever the case may be, they've been killed. But the thing about it is, like people are saying, well, nobody's talking about the trans women, but they're only talking about Jussie. It's too soon. It's too soon to drag it in there. The one thing we don't want to do is take away from what happened to him to shift it to somewhere else. I understand you may feel upset because you feel like they should talk about the trans women being murdered the same way. That's when you shift it away. When y'all start shifting away from one person and take it to somewhere else, then you're making it less than. And I understand your anger, I understand you're upset, I understand you don't feel as though it's fair, and I get it because I get to report it. But the problem is that we don't know what happened to him. We don't know what happened to this two-spirit woman that was saying, please don't kill me. She's saying, please don't kill me. Now, my personal opinion, the guys look suspect. They look like they're on a DL. But that's speculation. I don't know. But the problem is that I've said this before and I said it again. If you are a gay, if you're a two-spirit, you have to be careful. Even more so. And I understand you want to live in your truth, and I understand within being gay and stuff, we fight back. We fight. Just because we gay don't mean we don't fight back. But the problem is we can't fight 2, 3 to 5 or 15 people when we're only one person. We're one person, and your family wants you to come home. Your friends want you to come home. So sometimes it's best to take an L and just run. A lot of punks live. A lot of heroes die. And when I say that, I'm not talking about the two-spirit woman, and I'm not talking about Jussie. I'm talking about just realism talk. It's okay to run. It's okay to scream and run. Because you got somebody, when you scream, you screaming for that person that will be screaming at your funeral if something happened to you. It's okay. It's okay to run from stuff and situations, stuff like that, because at the end of the day, you're finding to get someone who has nowhere to go in life. This is what they do. They have no purpose in life. And this is what they do. So you have family that wants you to come home. You think parents love burying their children? Can you imagine sitting there looking at a child you brought to this world that's basically looking at them over inside of a coffin saying, look at my baby. Look at my child. My child is in a coffin, and for what? And if you're two spirits, the thing about it is, we get murdered. I've never once seen a two-spirit boyfriend standing there at her funeral saying, you killed my baby. I've never seen it yet. And I've been doing videos since April 26, 2008, and I've never seen a man who said they killed my baby, Raven. They killed my baby. They never inboxed and been told me nothing. The only person I realized that's been telling me stuff is two-spirit women. Or some men that were trans attracted, but mostly, no. I've never saw the boyfriend, because I know these girls have boyfriends. I know these girls have men. I know these girls have men who's having sexual activity with them. But they're quiet. They're not saying nothing. This is the reason why I said it before, and I'm going to say it again. You two-spirit women, you got to stick together more better than you do. Stop calling your sisters bricks. Stop putting your sisters down. Because at the end of the day, that girl may be the one to save your life one day. While you shooting her down, she may be the only one that show up to save you. And even if you gay, the same thing goes. And the thing about it is with the gay community stuff like that, I get upset only with the gay men, only because sometimes when a gay man gets attacked or hurt and stuff, they go, well, it wasn't me. But what happens if it is you? Well, it ain't me. Well, I'll turn it out. But you can't. Everybody got to stop living in this superhero type of world. You're not superhero. You're a real person. And that's the problem that a lot of times I don't think it goes into your brain, that their family wants you to come home. Your friends want you to come home. Nobody want to put RIP over your name and send it out. Nobody wants to see that. Anyway, I just want to share this with you. I don't know if you saw that video about the girl. She's like, please, you know, and stuff like that. And when you're leaving out at night, if you're a two-spirit woman, and I always tell you to be safe. I'm always going to tell you to be safe. And then some of you like, well, Raven, when I come to your channel, you make me depressed. I'd rather you be mad at me and living than to be dead and I'm doing a video about you. I do. Because at the end of the day, a lot of people don't care about you the way they say they do. I try to talk to my young sisters and stuff like that, and I try to share different things with them. They don't want to hear me. They don't want to hear me. They know. Young people know it all, and I love young people and stuff like that, but you don't know it all. And they call us the OGs. If an OG trying to school you, just sit down and let them school you. Get your pen and your pad and your paper and say, okay, I got it. Noted. You don't have to have word for word. She or he is an OG because they got through the storm. And they're trying to pull you through the storm to make sure you could go to the next storm, to pass it on to the next person. But if you feel as though you got this shield that you this superhero that you can pass it, we're gonna have another murder. We're gonna have a death. Anyway. I didn't even want to blog today, but I blogged anyway, and I said way more than I wanted to. But I always said before, I let the universe work for me, and I'm not going to question what the universe wanted me to do. I did not want to blog. I try to separate myself from so many negativity, and I don't like pulling it to me. I try to stay far away from negativity, because it's like a virus. It's spreading like crazy. And I don't like people policing other people's lives when it has nothing to do with you. Now, as far as the trans woman, I don't know what happened or what transpired, but the thing about it was, if you hit her once and stuff like that, I get it. Whatever the case to be, I get it. But did you have to beat her that bad? And it was enough of y'all. If you hit her once, why did you have to go get her back? And she says, please don't kill me. Like, why has it got to be that extreme? This is a human being. This is a human being. It's a human being. Anyway. Like I said before, please be safe out there. Like I said, I don't care what nobody says. We're in the belly of the beast. I want you to be safe. And I don't care what this world says about Two-Spirit women. They say, oh, y'all accept it. Y'all be safe. Don't believe the hype. I said this before, and I will say it again. I don't care what anybody tell you. I'm telling you the truth. Don't believe the hype. Anyway, like I said before, subscribe to my channel. At the top, there's the Instagram button. If you follow me, I follow you back. Let you know I love you, and thank you for watching. Catch the rain.